Hi, and welcome back to Sense and Sensitivity. Today we're going to do a brand overview of a brand you guys have heard me talk about a lot and one of my favorite brands, and that is Marie Veronique. Now, just as a disclaimer, I'm actually not using any of her products at the moment, and I've used all of the ones I owned up. So the only thing I have to show you today is a little bit left over of the pure essential oil free oil cleanser. However, I have purchased full sizes of most of the products I'm going to discuss today. If not, try the sample of them. So I hope this gives you a little bit of information about her brand and possibly if it will work for you. And I'll just go through it basically as in the order that you would apply the skincare. So we'll start with cleansers. So first off, if you go to her website, marieveronique.com, she has a wealth of information. She has lots of articles on the topic of sensitive skin, restoring the skin's barrier, and rosacea specifically. Also with recommendations for products to use and lifestyle tips and things like that. So you'd go to her website and you'd go under science and research. That has a ton of information, and her blog is great too. And also, when you go under the shop tab on her website, she has one of her categories is for sensitive skin and rosacea. So that makes it really easy. You just go there, click on that tab, and it'll show you all of the products that she recommends or that she thinks are compatible with sensitive skin and rosacea. And so those are going to be the products we're going to talk about today. So you've heard me talk about this many times before. It's the Marie Veronique and Christina Holy line. This came out several years ago. Christina Holy is a holistic facialist, and she collaborated with Marie Veronique after seeing so many patients complain about skin sensitivities and increase in rosacea and other rashes and skin symptoms. So they collaborated to make an essential oil-free line that's really focused on healing, anti-inflammation, and restoring the skin's barrier. So the essential oil-free oil cleanser typically comes in a pump. I put this cap on it to seal it when I was traveling. It is an emulsifying oil cleanser, and it is excellent at removing makeup and sunscreen. So I like to keep this around, especially for those days when I'm wearing a lot of makeup or I'm wearing waterproof sunscreen, because it does a really good job. But like I've talked about in the past, when I am wearing more products like that, I do like to double cleanse. So I would start with this, and then I would follow up with another cleanser or at least a swipe of toner. This is a pretty thick oil, and it has little particles in it. You need to shake it really well before you dispense it so that you make sure you get some of those particles. And those kind of goopy particles are the emulsifying agents. So when you rub it together, it kind of all melts, and then you apply it to your dry face and you massage. And as you massage with this cleanser, you're gonna get little like granules, not rough granules, but you're gonna get little like almost like you're like a pilling, and that is the oil and emulsifier doing its job of like rubbing and getting out the impurities and the makeup, the SPF, whatever you're wearing that day. Then once you apply water, it's going to turn milky and creamy, and then you can do a really good job rinsing it off. And if you look at the Marie Veronique Instagram or YouTube, Christina Holy demonstrates using all these products. I highly recommend it because some of them, especially this one, are kind of particular, and if you don't do it a specific way, you might not like it. So that would be my best recommendation, is watching the Instagram tutorials. But yeah, basically apply it dry, massage it, and then keep adding little bits of water until it turns really creamy, and then do a good job rinsing it and sort of rubbing as you rinse. You don't need to use a cloth, although if you like using cloths, you can. I don't like using cloths on my skin every day, so I like that it washes away clean as long as you are doing the massage to really rinse it off. And she'll to remind you, really get into your hairline and go down to your neck as well. It is essential oil free, so it smells just like the carrier oils. It has sort of a unique smell, as do all of the products in this line because they are essential oil free. So I would say it smells sort of like a cooking oil, just like a natural oil. It is made of sunflower seed oil as well as some other ingredients. So if you smell like a cooking oil at your house or even an olive oil, it's going to have more of a scent reminiscent to that than anything like fruity or floral, anything like that. But it's extremely gentle, does a really, really good job of getting everything off, and leaves your skin feeling very soft, moist, and supple. So I love this oil cleanser and I highly recommend it for people with any skin type really, but definitely rosacea and sensitive skin to get the grime, makeup, and sunscreen off from your day. The next cleanser I don't have with me, but I have used it before. Her next cleanser that she recommends and is under the sensitive skin and rosacea tab is her Gentle Gel Cleanser. Now, this one says non-irritating sugar surfactants that clean and calm sensitive skin while preventing moisture loss. This does have essential oils in it. The essential oils it has are rose geranium, palmarosa, and lavender and vetiver root. And this smells so good. And it is a really gentle gel. It does foam a little bit. And other people absolutely love this cleanser. However, I found the scent a bit too strong for me. And since I typically do avoid essential oils, and especially in the early days of my rosacea, when I was just cutting out as much as possible, I tried a sample of this cleanser and I just felt that it was too kind of like invigorating and too strong of a scent for me. So that's definitely a cleanser that I would recommend getting a sample of first to see if you like the scent because it is kind of strong, and to see if you enjoy how this gel works. But if you do like the scent and you do tolerate essential oils well, of course she formulates things very carefully so the percentage of essential oils isn't super high, and this would be an excellent part 2 to your double cleanse if you wanted to stick with the Marie Veronique line. Also on her website, she sells travel sizes of most, if not all, of her products. I know both of these cleansers are on there, so you can invest a lot less and just buy the mini size to try them out. And you'll still get a good month or 2 out of them, depending on how frequently you wash your face, to really get a good feel for if you're going to like them and you want to invest in the larger size. So that is the Gentle Gel Cleanser. I think it's a little bit less sensitive skin friendly, but that really just depends on your skin and what you tolerate. So now let's move on to the toners. The toner from the Christina Holy line, which I've used many bottles of, is called the Balancing Hypotonic. This has beta-glucan, panthenol, and an array of other ingredients, a little bit of apple cider vinegar and licorice root to hydrate and balance your skin. So it's not an astringent. It's really, they kind of say it's like the first step in moisturizing and hydrating your skin in their line. And so you can either apply it with a cotton ball, and that'll sort of wipe off any residue left over from the cleanser, or you can also put it in a spray bottle or just pour a little bit out, because it looks just like this. There's no spray. It just has this little cap when it comes, so you can just pour a little bit out into your hand if you already feel like your face is very well cleansed and you don't need to wipe it anymore, and just pat it into your skin. And I do find that that's a way to get the product to last longer, because you can really titrate the amount you're using and you're not using excess by it getting absorbed into the cotton ball. So if you're looking to try these products, but kind of really be careful and get your money's worth because they are pricey, I would recommend that, especially if you're double cleansing. Your skin should be really well cleansed by then. Just dispense a little bit of this tonic into your hand and pat it into your skin before following with the next steps. I really like this toner. Again, it doesn't have essential oil, so the scent of it is like a light vinegar scent. And it's sort of this yellowish liquid. It does have little particles as well, and that comes from the different ingredients, including turmeric, which even a tiny amount is very a potent coloring agent, let's say, but it's also a wonderful health ingredient and anti-inflammatory. So it's, it's a thin liquid. And I would say I've used the cleanser more than the tonic. So I have gone through periods of time where I use them in conjunction and I found my skin to be very happy, but I have also paused using the tonic or not repurchased it and just continued to use the cleanser and then gone on to serums and moisturizers. And I haven't noticed a huge difference in my skin. So I know they say this takes down the redness and it also helps with the hydration. And perhaps when your skin is in those early stages of feeling really imbalanced, it does. But I feel for me, once my skin was pretty well balanced and maintained, I didn't find this an essential step. So if you're looking for something to skip and you do feel like your skin maintains moisture well, then you can probably skip this one. But if you love toners or you do feel like your skin isn't maintaining moisture well, then I would recommend some sort of liquid tonic hydrator like this to help add some of that water back in before you seal your skin with moisturizers and serums. Another great way to use this is in the morning. So instead of washing your face, if you want something more than just a splash of water, you can put this on a little cotton round and wipe your face, and it's going to feel nice and refreshed, but definitely hydrated and ready for your next steps. She has one other toner or tonic that she recommends in the sensitive skin category, and that's the Pre and Probiotic Daily Mist. That has probiotics in it, and it also has some essential oils. It has green myrtle, lavender, and helichrysum, which are all essential oils that are soothing and healing to the skin. But again, this has a sort of stronger scent. And so if you do avoid essential oils, like I typically do, I haven't used this product. I've just tested it in a store. And I did find the scent a bit strong. I think it's the green myrtle, which she uses in a number of her products from her other ranges, and I find it to be a quite potent scent. So even though I know she's careful with the way she formulates, and there's probably a low dosage that's non-irritating, the scent alone is very strong. And so again, she sells trials of these two toners, and I would definitely pick up a small size if you're not sure if you like the scent or if essential oil-based products are going to work for you. But the other ingredients are wonderful. There's calendula, there's licorice, again, coconut water, and the probiotics. There's also niacinamide, which I don't think was in this product before. So if you're sensitive to niacinamide like I am, then again, this is not going to be a good product for you. And it's a lovely spray toner. So unlike this one, which you either need to pour into your hand, get your own pump bottle, or use a cotton round, that one you can spray directly onto your face so you can mist before and after you apply makeup and things like that too, if you like this toner. So now we're going to go on to serums. So Marie Veronique and Christina Holy came out with this array of serums to rebuild the moisture skin barrier. And I've tried several of them. And they also just get rave reviews from many, many, many people and magazines and everything. So these are sort of like the hit products. And I think there's one that will suit everyone, although I don't think all of them are necessary for every person. So I'm going to go over them, which ones I like, which ones worked for me, which ones didn't, and give you a good overview of that. All right, let's talk about serums. I'm back several hours later with baby in tow. So first I'm going to talk about these two serums I'm not familiar with. The first is the Redness Relief Serum. that is on the sensitive skin page as well. It says calm reactive skin and minimize flushing with sodium salicylate. So this one is really intriguing to me because flushing is one of my biggest issues with rosacea. And it says it's highly effective and contains powerful anti-inflammatories to calm occasional redness and strengthen capillaries. So I don't know why I haven't tried this because really broken capillaries and flushing and redness are my main issues. I think it's honestly because it has some essential oils in it. Let me see. It's got lavender, helichrysum, and that's all. Other than that, oh, I know. It's because it has niacinamide in it. Yeah, so it's got green tea, probiotics, sea buckthorn oil, all these great things, but it has niacinamide, which I know I'm sensitive to. That's why I haven't tried it. So don't know much about that one. It sounds interesting. If you're not averse to essential oils or niacinamide, it might be a good one if you have more of the type 1 flushing, heat, and redness. The other serum I haven't tried is the Gentle Retinol Night Serum. Now, I find this really interesting because if you listen to Marie Veronique talk, she does recommend even people with sensitive skin and rosacea using a retinol. And her retinol is really, really well loved by lots and lots of people, and it's written up in magazines and online forums and all kinds of things. So it's a really popular product. Apparently, people really notice the anti-aging effects, but it doesn't really have the downsides of other retinols or like prescription retinols as far as the peeling and the extra irritation and sensitivity. So, I haven't tried this product. I haven't ever tried a retinol between my skin being sensitive, figuring out my rosacea, and being pregnant and now breastfeeding. It's just not suited to where I am in my life right now. But I hear great things, so that would be another one maybe in the future I would be interested in trying. And I believe she's now reformulated it to be essential oil free so that it's more available to different types of people and their interests. So now let's talk about the 3 serums I have tried that she formulated with Marie Veronique. The first one is the Soothing B3 Serum. Now this has 10% niacinamide, and at the time I tried a sample of it, I wasn't aware that niacinamide was something that irritated me. I was starting to think it was because I had been tracking different products that were bothering me, and that was an ingredient that was popping up, but I still didn't know, so I went for it, and the area that I patch tested the next day had like a bright red stripe, almost like a tiny jellyfish had stung me. And that was kind of the final clue for me that niacinamide and I are not friends. It's very tingly. It always makes me red. And I know even Christina Holy has specifically addressed that some people find they have additional flushing and redness early on with niacinamide, and that eventually you build tolerance and it really helps clarify and calm your skin. But I've never been interested in trying to go through that process to see if it would kind of work itself out eventually, because I've had such negative reactions every time I try niacinamide. And I know some people have responded in the past that, well, you can't be allergic to niacinamide because our body naturally produces it. So I'm not saying that I'm necessarily allergic, but I do think people have sensitivities to certain things, and it's just irritating for me. So, but I have tried this. It's a really clear, runny gel. It's very cooling, scent-free. And if you like niacinamide, I hear great things about it. A lot of people report that it really clarifies their skin. So it's a really popular serum, but not one suited for me. Now let's talk about her serum that I really, really love, which is the Barrier Restore Serum. Now this is $110. So it's quite pricey, and again, this is why I tried samples of all of these before I purchased them, so that I, didn't invest in something that wasn't going to work for me, like the niacinamide. The Barrier Restore Serum says it's imperative for all skin. It reestablishes and maintains barrier function, essential for a radiant complexion. And this has ingredients like natural moisturizing factor, sodium hyaluronate, it's got ceramides, it has serine, green tea, resveratrol, and superoxide dismutase, which you'll see in a lot of her products, and no essential oils. So this is more of a thick creamy gel. It's like a creamy gel serum. It's a brownish color and it has a pretty mild scent to me. Whereas I find the cleanser and the tonic have a more pungent scent. This has a really mild scent. I wouldn't say it's, some unscented products really have kind of no smell at all. I wouldn't categorize this as that. It still does have some sort of smell to it, but it's much more mild, almost like a mild yeasty bread sort of smell. I don't mind it at all. So like I said, it's a creamy gel serum, very, very soothing, calming, and hydrating, moisturizing. I've gone through several bottles of this, so this was sort of what I relied on early on in my rosacea journey when I was just having the flushing, and for me, a lot of burning and tingling in this area, just all the time, no matter what. So as I use this serum, and I would top it with an oil, which I'll talk about in a little while, it really, really improved the functioning of my skin. I think it does exactly what it says, which is to restore the skin's barrier. So that's why there's lots of different brands and products that I really like. I think this is a really, really good product to try in addition to the cleanser or another super gentle but effective cleanser to get your skin back on track if you're finding that you're having lots of flushing, lots of reactions, burning, tingling sensations with your rosacea. I can't speak to its effectiveness with clearing texture and bump issues, but if, like I said, it's the stinging, the burning, or if you're finding that your skin doesn't maintain moisture at all and it's always dry, this would be a really good product to go through at least one bottle using it consistently every day. Because as the barrier of our skin gets restored, it's able to manage outside aggressors better and it's able to maintain its moisture levels better. And like I said, I found that this did all of that. So for me, it was 100% worth the $110 investment. I don't use it anymore. I don't need to anymore. So that's another cool thing, is you don't necessarily need to use it forever, I think, if you do get your skin into a really good place. Now I use just like a gentle cream and some oils. So I absolutely love this Barrier Restore Serum. I think it's really, really a worthwhile product. The other serum I love that's one of their newer creations is the Therapy Serum. Now this is cool because this is a vitamin C for sensitive and symptomatic skin. It has several vitamin C derivatives, not L-ascorbic acid, that they say are very stable and that are well tolerated by sensitive skin. So I was excited to try this because I hadn't been able to use any actives because of how sensitive my skin was. And I really, really had a good experience with this product. Again, I'm not using it anymore, but at the time when I used it, I noticed very quickly more clarity and radiance to my skin, and actually a diminished amount of redness, which was a side effect I didn't think was going to happen. So it kind of like helped refine my skin and my pores, but calm down the redness, and it was really soothing. So sometimes I would just do that, or sometimes I would layer that with the Barrier Restore, and it's again another sort of creamy gel serum. This one has another pungent smell. If you've ever smelled a vitamin C product that has a high percentage of vitamin C and is unscented, for example, the Drunk Elephant vitamin C, this has a similar smell in that a lot of people, and I agree, it kind of smells like hot dog water. It's a pungent smell. I don't mind it. I kind of think of it as like, it smells like food and it's feeding my face. And it's, it's fine. It's never irritated me, but even my husband would always know when I put this on. He's like, oh, you have the smelly product on, don't you? So I think the results were worth it. The smell didn't bother me. It did bother my husband, so you might want to be conscientious about that. But I love this C Therapy Serum. If you found in the past that you can't tolerate vitamin C's, this might be the product for you if you're looking for the antioxidant benefits, the brightening, the clarifying, the lightening of sunspots and things like that that vitamin C can do. This does all of that. It performs amazingly well, and I think you're going to have a much less chance of irritation with this than other vitamin C's. Although it's not guaranteed it will work for you too, I found it to be very mild and soothing. So I highly recommend the C Therapy Serum. Okay, the other moisturizing product, I guess it's not technically a serum, it is the Marie Veronique and Christina Holy Line's moisturizer. It's called the Barrier Lipid Complex, and this is a mixture of oils, ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol. And they've studied skin science, and they've found that there are certain ratios and percentages of ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol in the skin. And so this oil, it comes in a dropper bottle, is supposed to mimic that, so that when you use it, it's sort of helping to rebuild the moisturization of your skin in the exact ratios it needs. So it's really skin nutrition. It's a creamy oil. When you squeeze it out, it's like a thick oil with white particles in it, almost like chilled chicken stock, how it's got the liquid part and then it's sort of got the chicken fat. This sort of looks like that, and then you would rub it together and emulsify it and use it on your skin. I've only ever sampled this, and why that is because I can't tolerate the scent at all. So while the other products do have stronger scents, even though they are unscented with, they don't have fragrance or essential oils, the natural ingredients do shine through, like the vinegar, like the vitamin C. This one to me smells like old warm mayonnaise. So it's sort of like a sour and oily smell. And I've tried it several times. I've purchased samples or gotten samples at like Credo Beauty when I used to live in Southern California, and I just can't get past the smell. I'll take it home, I'll look at it, I'll sort of rub it on my hands, I'll want to try it on my face, and even when I have applied it to my face, I pretty much have to wash it off right away because I can smell that scent, and it does linger, and it honestly makes me nauseous. So unfortunately, I can't speak to the moisturizing benefits of this. I will say that it's another one of those holy grail products, and when I talked to the salesperson when I was at this store called Credo where they sell these products, she said that it's the holy grail for a lot of people and that they just tolerate the smell because it works so well at healing their skin. I feel like I've found other products that work to heal my skin that don't smell like old warm mayonnaise, so that's great for me. But if you're somebody who maybe your nose isn't as sensitive, this might be a good product to try. I think the ingredients look incredible. Unfortunately for me, the smell is not tolerable. So that's the Barrier Lipid Complex. Oh, and just to say, instead of using that, when I was doing my Marie Veronique regime, I would just use plain argan oil, or I was using the Flora and Bass CBD oil to put a layer of oil on top of the serums. And that's what I did instead of using the lipid complex because, again, of the scent. So you can definitely mix and match with other things that are working. You could apply a moisturizer on top or an oil from another brand that you do like if you don't want to purchase the Barrier Lipid Complex. So during the daytime, if you were going to follow Marie Veronique's regime, she recommends her Everyday Coverage Tinted Sunscreen. So this is a sunscreen beloved by a lot of people. It's zinc oxide only, and it's tinted. They have extra light, light, and medium. I've used the light tint before. It comes in a 2-ounce glass pump bottle, and it does have some essential oils in it. It has cistus, which is also known as rock rose, and helichrysum, in addition to beautiful oils that are especially helpful for the sun, like red raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn oil, and jojoba oil. So it's got, again, really great ingredients. The problem I have with this, in addition to the essential oils, which I didn't love, is the texture. And that's really the big thing for me. It's super thin and lightweight, almost watery. And so what she recommends to do is you need to moisturize really well, and kind of immediately after putting your oil on, you need to put the sunscreen on, because that sort of gives it the slip it needs to attach to your skin and work well. So I have a couple issues with that. One, I don't always use oil. Sometimes I use cream, or I don't want to add anything else to my skin at all. And two, I've just found that I like creamier, more moisturizing sunscreens. And really, sometimes that means, especially when it's warmer, I don't need to moisturize at all. I can use the sunscreen for its purpose as a sun protector, as well as for moisturization. So with this, you're always required to add some sort of moisturization underneath because of its thin, liquidy texture. It's almost a little bit gritty too, I've found. So it kind of doesn't spread well. Again, why you need like a lot of slip. And I just noticed that it's really patchy, and when it dries, it kind of feels tight on my skin. So I'm hypersensitive to textures of products, and it's very difficult to find a sunscreen that I like. And I think as a lot of brands have tried to make more thin, lightweight sunscreens, because a lot of people complain about the thickness and heaviness of sunscreens, those lightweight ones typically don't work for me. I typically can feel this grittiness to them, and I typically feel that they dry and tighten on my skin. Some people like that. They'll either, one, if you have really oily skin, it feels like there's nothing on your skin, or I've also read like it feels like it's tightening and lifting the skin. I need that cushiony comfort feeling. And even with putting lots of oil on underneath, I never got that with this. And like I said, I'd find that it was streaky and just kind of hard to work with. And I didn't love the smell, although it didn't irritate me. So speaking of the tint was fine. It's a sheer coverage, but you're certainly not left with the white cast. So again, if you don't mind essential oils, if you either don't mind layering lots of oils underneath, or you have more oily skin and you like a more thin, lightweight sunscreen, and you want a tint, this might be something to try. But it did not work for me. So the last two products are her two masks. She has a mask with her range with Christina Holy called the Micronutrient Hydro Mask, and then she has another mask called the Probiotic Exfoliation Mask. I haven't tried the one with Christina Holy. It's quite pricey. It's the most expensive product in the line. It's $135. And it says it's a topical supplement of super nutrients to hydrate, nourish, and restore skin function. A total skin reset for 1.7 ounces. So, I mean, it sounds interesting. I have looked at it before. I've never even gotten a sample of it, but I've looked at it. It's sort of like a thick, creamy brown gel in this little pot. So I'd say it's similar to the serums, but thicker, so that you can apply a nice layer on the skin. It's very similar to the other products in the Christina Holy line, where it's essential oil free, and it's got this variety of ingredients that are supposed to moisturize and help heal your skin barrier. For me, my budget, just didn't include adding this product. It was, either get those basics of the skincare line, so cleanser, toner, and serum. And I just didn't feel this was necessary at that point. I wanted to just really focus on those daily basics, and they did a really good job of helping to heal my skin. So I didn't feel this was necessary. It's quite pricey, but again, I've heard good things about it. So if you are interested, you love masking, you want to ask for a gift for the holidays or something, then the micronutrient mask might be something that helps restore your skin in a similar way that the serums and the lipid barrier complex would. The other mask is the probiotic exfoliating mask. So this I have tried a sample of. It does have a few essential oils, and it has like a little bit of a coconut powder in it, so it has a very mild physical exfoliator. And then it has enzymes and probiotics. And on the page, it even says that it's safe for sensitive skin, including rosacea-prone skin. So right there, she's saying it is appropriate for us. At the time, again, I was avoiding all essential oils because I was trying to figure out how to heal my skin. So even though this was recommended, I got a sample. I sort of tested it on my hand. I felt that texture of it, which is like very mildly gritty in this sort of cooling, creamy gel. I smelled the smell. It's very similar to her other products that use essential oils. It's sort of this like earthy floral smell. But I ended up not trying it out on my actual face because I decided I didn't want to introduce essential oils or an exfoliating product at that time. So I can't speak too much to the function of it. I can only give you that little description of the texture and the smell. But again, I hear good things. If you are somewhere in your journey where you do like to exfoliate, this might be a good one because it is supposed to be gentle and rosacea friendly, which is pretty difficult to find. I find that you don't see in the description of a lot of exfoliating products that they are rosacea skin friendly. So Marie Veronique herself has rosacea, so I do trust that for a lot of people with rosacea, this probably would work well. So that is all of the Marie Veronique products I was going to talk about today. This is a more expensive line, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. I will say at the holiday time, so around November or on Black Friday, both her website specifically and also the online beauty store Credo do a 20% off sale. And you can buy her products at both places. And so that's a great time to stock up. Like I would do that and buy 3 oil cleansers and 2 tonics because that would last me like 6 or 9 months. And as long as you don't open them and you store them somewhere cool and dark, they're not going to go bad within that short amount of time. So that was a really good way to save some money once I knew that these products worked for me and I wanted to keep using them. So that's one way to kind of help balance out the cost. Again, I do think that the oil cleanser and the Barrier Restore Serum specifically, those would be my top 2 products if you were going to try anything. And I would say really that serum is for if you have just irritated skin, it's not liking anything, it's fussy, it's dry, it's tight, it's red, it's burning, it's irritated. If you were going to invest in one product, I would go with that. If you feel like your skin is in an okay place, or you feel like you like whatever you're using to moisturize your skin, but you're curious about a new cleanser and you do wear sunscreen every day and you do wear makeup every day, I would go for the oil cleanser or the oil cleanser and the tonic, because those are really nice foundational steps and I feel like they really help me continue to heal my skin barrier while being able to cleanse every day, because that can be a big battle to clean our skin every day when we are wearing sunscreen and makeup, but not disrupt it further. So those would kind of be my recommendations regarding her products if you were just going to pick up 1 or 2 things. After that, I would probably go with that Therapy Serum because that was a fantastic product that I'll probably use again in the future. So I hope that helps. Please comment below if you have specific questions on anything or if you've used any of these products, what your thoughts are. I love her line. I have recently discovered a few other lines that I think kind of across the board work really well for sensitive skin like hers that are a little more affordable. So eventually I'll do some other brand reviews. But I really, really respect Marie Veronique. I trust her. I think these products are top notch. So they come with a high price tag, but I think you're getting extremely good quality out of them and products that you will see results from. And again, she does sell samples on her website, so if you're not sure, go with that. Email them. They'll give you a specific recommendation of what they think you should use given your skin concerns. They're super helpful, lovely people. It's a small team, small business, really great to support them. So I can't say enough good things about her line. I trust it. And I hope this helps you in your journey with figuring out healing your skin. Thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for more content. Talk soon.